Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do another bake with me. We're making a red, white, and blue bundt cake. I will of course link the recipe down below for you. What I ended up doing, because I didn't want a ginormous bundt cake for myself, I had bought some smaller bundt cake pans and I decided to make like a medium and a small, and I'm going to give away the medium to a friend that I'm going to see tomorrow. But I wanted to share this early in case you wanted to make it for 4th of July, because it is a pretty patriotic dessert. And the recipe will be linked down below if you want to do the actual way it's done. But let's get baking. All right, so we're making the red, white, and blue bundt. I've printed out the instructions. Ingredients: you need half a cup of oil, 1 cup of water, or whatever's directed on your box of white cake. 4 egg whites, about 8 ounces of sour cream. You also need some white chocolate jello, and then your red, white, and blue jimmies is what they call it. I've always called them sprinkles. And then of course your bowl. So step 1, preheat your oven to 350. And then we're going to prepare the bundt pans, which I didn't do a very good job showing this to you, but I basically spray the pan with olive oil. Put a little bit of the flour in it and you kind of shake it around until it's coated well, and then dump out any of the excess. And then next on to the actual cake mix, very cut and dry. You literally throw all the ingredients into a single bowl and mix it till it's combined. Once it's combined and smooth, you're going to add in your sprinkles. Now it's very important when you go to do this that you don't stir it too much because the colors will bleed. So you just want to blend it a little bit, and I used a spatula to kind of fold it in. Now I don't know if it's recommended, but after I filled the pans with the batter, I kind of banged it on the counter and shook it a little bit to level it out. Anyone else lick the batter off the spoon? Now after I take them out of the oven, you want them to be golden brown. You do not want to overcook, and so I also checked them with a toothpick to make sure it came out somewhat clean. But you're going to put it on a cooling rack and allow these to cool for about 10 to 15 minutes till the pans are, well, cooler. So once you've given them time to cool for about 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to dump them out of the bundt pans and then let them continue to cool on a cooling rack. Alright, now that the buns are cooled, we're going to make the icing. So for this, you're going to need powdered sugar, cream, softened cream cheese, softened butter, vanilla, and almond bark. I will say this icing is a little more complicated than what I'm used to making, but you basically start with the almond bark and you want to get that melted down before you add any other ingredients. once the almond bark is melted down, you can add in your butter, which being softened, it should melt right into it. And then your cream cheese and the rest of your ingredients. And we're gonna blend this with actually a hand mixer this time. I will say I added in everything but the powdered sugar, so once it was smooth, then I did powdered sugar in segments and mixing that in. Now when it's time to ice the bundt pan or bundt cakes, I actually put like wax paper or parchment paper down so when you pour it over it can drip off the excess. And then you also want to microwave your icing again for about 10-12 seconds max, just so it doesn't lose consistency but it's pourable. And once you're done pouring on the icing, you want to sprinkle some more sprinkles on the top so they stick while it's still soft. So basically you just poured it over and let it drip down the sides. I did use a spatula to try and add a little more on this one. And then you sprinkle sprinkles on top. Because you heated up the icing one more time, it basically allowed it to, you know, drip over the top. All right, so we're all done making it. I cut myself a little piece we're gonna try. Trying to figure out where I want to cut into or bite into this. Guess we'll just go from the top. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried. Let me move this. I was a little worried it was gonna be too sweet. Like that icing's really sweet. But the cake is actually very light and airy, and it's not sweet at all. I shouldn't say at all, but it's a very light sweetness, so the frosting actually is good. Yeah, but this is very good. Pleasantly surprised, and maybe a recipe I'll make again, maybe when I'm entertaining for a large group, but I'm not this year. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope everybody has a blessed day.